Some verbs are lazy, and some are not. Welcome to an installment in Grammar Crammer's Grammar Series. Today we'll discuss voice and verbs. Verbs can be an active or passive voice. You are supposed to write an active voice almost all the time. We'll talk more about that later. Let's talk about active voice first and how to recognize it. Active voice is when the subject of the sentence is completing the action. Dad reclined the chair. What is the verb? Reclined. Who reclined? Dad. The sentence is subject. The subject is completing the verb making this sentence written in active voice. We can switch that sentence a bit and change it into passive voice. The chair was reclined. What is the verb? Was reclined. What is the subject? Chair. Is the chair reclining itself? No. Chairs do not recline themselves. The chair is not doing the action. Here's another way to consider passive voice. The chair was reclined by Dad. Verbs that are in passive voice will have the prepositional phrase by someone or something at the end, or you will be able to add that prepositional phrase to the end. Some people add the phrase by zombies to the end of a sentence to determine if that sentence is passive voice. Look, the yard was raked by zombies. The bed was made by zombies. Meals were assembled by zombies. Those are the main differences between active and passive voice. Typically, teachers want students to write in active voice. See if you can change the sentence from passive voice to active voice. The posters were hung by student council members. Ask yourself who hung the posters. Student council members hung the posters. Almost always, you can make the object of the preposition, student council members, the subject. You'll switch that object with the subject. Doing so makes this sentence active voice. I did say earlier that sometimes you can use passive voice. So, when should you use passive voice? You should always use passive voice intentionally. Here are a few times you may use passive voice. 1. When you are not wanting to put emphasis on the doer of the action. A home was robbed on Sunday night. 2. When you are unsure of who did something. When I returned home, my car was washed. And 3. When the person or thing who had done something is the most interesting part of the sentence. The computer was fixed. To review, verbs in passive voice are lazy. When the sentence's subject completes the verb, that is active voice. Use active voice when writing.